Hi, this is Donny Osmond. I got a brand new album out. It's my 60th album. It's called The Soundtrack of My Life. And coming up next, I'm going to debut a song from the Beatles that was such a significant part of my life right here on Beatle Brunch. So stay tuned.
I'm a huge Beatle fan. I have a show called Beatle Brunch that airs all over the country, and so naturally I was interested in your CD. But I've been listening to it, and I really love the interpretations that you bring to the songs. I mean, I listen to each track, and I kind of can feel different artists, different influences through that. What was the choices you made in the tracks that you picked on the CD?
Well, first of all, this is my 60th album, and I thought this has got to be not just another album. This has got to be, you know, like I called it, the soundtrack of my life. Every song on this album influenced me in such a way. For instance, "The Long and Winding Road," one of my favorite Beatles songs, the last single they ever released. But the criteria behind picking the songs is I had to have a significant story that happened to me in my life. It was back in 1973. I was staying in a hotel, and there was a knock on the door, and I opened up the door, and it's Paul McCartney standing there. And he says, "Can I get your autograph, please, for my daughter?" And I said, "Sure." So he hands me a picture of myself, and I put "To Mary, love, Donny Osmond." There he goes. He says, "Thank you very much." And the door closes, and I'm thinking, what just happened? So years later, I find myself in London at this studio. Paul happens to be at the same studio, and we run into each other in the hallway. And I said, "Paul, I have to verify this story. Maybe I made it up, I dreamt it or something." And I told him the story. I said, "Did that really happen?" And he said, "Donny, not only did it happen, but your autograph is one of the very few autographs I've ever asked for in my life."
Wow, what a great story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just like, why didn't I ask for his autograph at the time?
What you should have done is say, "Hey, Paul, can we do this duet? I've got this Ebony and Ivory thing going."
That would have been great.
So you've done 60 albums. Can you name them all for us in 60 seconds?
Not. No, I can't. See, that's the strange thing about it. Somebody asked me the other day, "Are you sure it's 60?" And I went to my website and went to the discography and counted them all up, and sure enough, there are 60 albums there.
Wow. You know, You were talking about Paul McCartney. He often says if he hadn't gotten into music, he would have been a teacher.
Yeah.
What about Donny Osmond? If you hadn't gotten into show business, and you have so many different facets of Broadway and now your show with Marie and then your music, what would you have seen yourself doing for a living?
Oh, probably some kind of, I probably would have worked for Apple or something like that. I love computers, computer technology. I'm just a geek at. In fact, the show that we do in Vegas, all the computer design and all that kind of stuff I put together. So I kind of run the show technically. I have some people that help me with that, but when there's a problem, they always call me.
So you're a little bit of a computer geek, so somebody could call it.
I am a computer geek. I really am. I just absolutely love that kind of technology.
Well, you know, geek is kind of the new attractive. You know, women are very attracted to geek guys now for a lot of different reasons. They may be more sensitive. Obviously, they can get things done. You know.
Yes, yeah. I'm the go-to guy. My wife kind of likes the fact that I can pretty much fix anything around the house.
So that means you must be on Twitter and you must be on Facebook. And
I'm on Twitter and Facebook all the time. I just, I love it. Back when I invented the Internet, I thought this is going to be...
You and Brian Williams, right?
Exactly.
I got to tell you, the CD opens with My Cherie Amour, which, you know, I love the Beatle track, but this is such an amazing track. And I'm listening to it. Before I read all the bio information, I go, how did he get that harmonica to sound so much as if, like, Stevie Wonder were playing it?
Well, the story behind that, here again, every song's got a significant story. That happens to be the very first 45 I ever bought. I was listening to the radio back when I was like 9 years old living in L.A., and this song, My Cherie Amour, comes on the radio. And I thought, I love this song, especially this singer. Who is this guy? Who is this Stevie Wonder guy? So I went to my mom right after. I said, "Mother, you got to take me to the record store. We got to buy this record." So it was the very first 45 I ever bought. So obviously it belongs on the album that's called The Soundtrack of My Life. So I finished the track, put my vocal on it, and I thought, wouldn't it be amazing, you know, a long shot, but amazing, to get Stevie Wonder to play the harmonica on this thing. So I put the call in. He takes the call. We're sitting there talking. I'm going to tell him the significance of the song in my life. And I said, "Would you play a harmonica?" And he said, "Well, send me the track." He was very kind, very cordial. He wasn't about to commit to just anything, you know?
Sure.
And the next thing I know, well, first of all, I sent him the MP3. The next thing I know, my phone rings, and it's his assistant. And she says, "Stevie's on the other line, wants to talk to you." And I'm thinking, this could be really good news or really bad news. And he gets on, he says, Donny, I just heard the track. This is unbelievable. I got to be a part of this project. Send me the masters.
Wow, that's nice. So then he put his signature harmonica and sent it back, and that's it, right?
Yeah. In fact, he sent it back with direction. I mean, he just didn't play the track. He said, Donny, this is how I think you should do this. He just produced the track for me. He said, do your vocal here and change this here. And so he really got involved, and it was so cool. That he did that, because he's such a huge part of my life. If there's one artist that made the biggest impact in my life, is probably Stevie Wonder.
And did you see that Grammy tribute to him a week or so ago?
Beyonce knocked it out of the park.
Unbelievable. Lady Gaga, the whole show was...
everyone was just fantastic.
It was, and I bet you're sitting there going, I wish I could be up there doing my career.
Absolutely. It was really good.
Oh, my Sherry, lovely as a summer day. La, la, la.
And I love your version of Peg. For me, I'm listening to it. It's got like a Kool and the Gang vibe to it. I just really like the way you came off with that one.
Well, Blurred Lines that Pharrell produced. That's the inspiration I had behind doing Peg. Yeah, because I thought I can't do it like the original artist, like Steely Dan, because that's pretty much just like doing karaoke, and so you got to make it your own. So I decided to sing it a whole different way with falsettos, and here again, like Pharrell produced it for Robin Thicke, and I just thought, that's the way I want to do this. And the story behind that one, this is actually kind of funny. 1979, I'm in Perth, Australia. It's one of the last songs I ever sang before I became a dad. And so I'm down there performing at the Miss Universe pageant to 80 of the most beautiful women in the world, right? And my wife is back home, 9.5 months pregnant, and hating every minute of the fact that I'm singing to all these beautiful women. And so the very last song, I'm supposed to sing to the 5 finalists. And one of those ladies is Miss Venezuela. And I'm singing Peg to Miss Venezuela. And I have to get really, really close to these women, because the final judging is just facial beauty, period. That's just it. So they have to zoom in real closely. So I'm really close to Miss Venezuela, and I say, I've seen your picture. And when I said picture, I spit all over her face. The world is watching live. But the funny thing is that she became Miss Universe. So I spit on Miss Universe's face. So the running joke after the show was they wanted me to come back the following year and spit on all the ladies for good luck.
You got the magic spit.
I got the magic spit.
That's your 61st album.
Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect title for it, the magic spit. But it was such an embarrassing moment. But the most important part was that this was one of the last songs we sang before I came to dad.
That's what happens. That's fantastic.
I seen your picture. Your name in lights above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true. And when you smile for the camera, I know you're gonna love.
I like your picture. I'll keep it with your letter. Done up in blueprint blue. Sure looks good on you.
So won't you smile for the camera? I know I love you better. Hey, it will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Well, short of all.
Now, Baby Love, speaking of becoming a dad, I'm listening to it, and I'm hearing like an Al, and I hate to up your vibes, but I'm hearing like an Al Green vibe through this song. It's obviously different arrangement than the Supremes, but God, it's beautiful.
Well, that's the exact the name that I used. I mean, Al was such a huge influence in my life, so thank you for the compliment, because that's exactly the vibe I was going after. Nobody's ever really covered this song. And And I've absolutely loved this song growing up because it's so simple, but yet the melody was so effective. So I went for an Al Green approach, and cause I started it out like a ballad, baby love, my baby love, and then go into the Al Green kind of groove, and then I went into the falsetto, and here again, not taking it the same way that Diana Ross did, but go something completely different, make it your own.
It's really beautiful, and the best is wait till I tell my sister Donny Osmond was singing to me. She's going to be really going to want to hear that.
Baby love, my baby love, I need you. Ooh, I need your love. All you do is treat me bad. You break my heart and make me sad. Ooh, tell me what did I do wrong to make you stay away so long? Baby love, my baby love, missing you, ooh, miss kissing you.
The CD is fantastic. It's called Soundtrack of My Life. And a lot of artists, when they put something on iTunes or whatever, and I know you're a computer guy,
Yeah.
are there leftover tracks? Are there special tracks on the download that you may not get on the CD?
There are 3 tracks that you can get on the download that I put on the album. The Broken Wings by Mr. Mister. I love that song. I Who Have Nothing by Tom Jones. I do that in our Vegas show. And Nothing Compares to You by Prince. If you can find those, they're pretty obscure where you can find them, but those are really, really cool tracks.
That's fantastic. Now, was The Long and Winding Road the first Beatles song that you thought you wanted to do, or did you have a handful of others that you
I had so many others. Hey Jude, I wanted to cover that, but it's very difficult to cover that kind of classic. Yesterday was one that was in consideration. Something in the way she moves. That was another one I really wanted to do. But I had a list of at least 300 songs that I wanted to do on this paper, on this list. And I had to narrow it down, but the criteria, like I said earlier, it had to have such an important, critical story, a significant story in my life. And I thought, this one, since it's the last single of the Beatles, it's the perfect one to do.
Oh, speaking of the Beatles, and you're in Vegas, have you seen, I know you must have seen Love, right?
I have not.
Come on.
My wife has, my children have. See, the thing is, we're all doing shows at the same time. Mm-hmm. And when I'm not in Vegas, I fly home to Utah. So, that's one of the shows that I keep kicking myself that I haven't seen.
That's got to be on the bucket list. You got to go.
It is on the bucket list.
I live in Florida, and I've seen it 3 times. So
that's amazing.
It's so great. But tell me about the app, because you being a computer guy, the app's got to have behind-the-scenes pictures, things like that. And how do we get it, and what's on it?
Well, being kind of a computer geek, I thought there's got to be a better way to market this thing rather than just throw it out there in the marketplace. So, and everybody's got a smartphone, so I thought, let's create an app. So there's a Donny Osmond app you can download, whether it's Android or iPhone. Go to Google Play or iTunes and download this app, just like any other app. It's called Donny Osmond, and you can get this app for free. You can hear all the tracks and get all the stories behind why I recorded these songs. And again, it's free.
Wow. Well, not only am I going to download the app, I'm going to follow you on Twitter within the next 10 minutes. And this has
Facebook.
And Facebook. This has been very exciting. Donny Osmond, a big Beatle fan. We both love the same music. All these songs you listed are all songs I grew up listening to as well. I mean, we're about 3 months apart, but it's been a thrill for me because I've followed your career, and I'm very proud of you, Donny. You've done you've done very well.
I appreciate it very much. Good to talk to you, buddy.
You too. I hope I didn't keep you too long. Have an awesome day, okay, bro?
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Hi, this is Donny Osmond on Joe Johnson Beatle Brunch. I got a brand new album out called The Soundtrack of My Life, and one of my favorite tracks on the album is The Long and Winding Road by the Beatles. And we're going to debut it right now, right here on Beatle Brunch.
The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear.
The new CD from Donny Osmond is called The Soundtrack of My Life. Features 12 songs plus additional tracks on the download at Amazon.com and on iTunes. And get all the details at Donny.com. I'm Joe Johnson. I'll be in Las Vegas next year. I'm going to do my best to get Donny Osmond to come see the Love Show at the Mirage. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you on Beatle Brunch real soon.